Hey, it's Dr. Karin. I work with many wonderful, high-achieving people, entrepreneurs, business leaders, dynamic change makers, and influential people from all walks of life. And one of the qualities that they share is an ability to question perceived truths. They aren't afraid to look deeper and go beyond traditional ways of thinking to achieve excellence in every area of their lives. In today's video, I'll share what I've learned from working with hundreds of people over the last 20 years, helping them to tap into profound spiritual truth. Let's go. So I love working with powerful clients and powerful people from all around the world because we really get to tap into deeper truths and deeper meanings that come from kind of spiritual insight and looking at the world in a whole new way. Because what happens when you're doing that is you not only enhance your personal life, but it always affects your business life in a really positive way. And clients, once they kind of feed into these new spiritual ways of being and of thinking, they find out that they have more ease and flow in their business life, which then attracts more abundance, better clients, better opportunities directly to them. The first spiritual truth that I want to cover is very simply, energy doesn't lie. Now I'm talking about energy across the board in all areas, energy of your workspace, the energy of the dinners that you're engaging in, the energy of your own energy body, the energy of people that you're working with. And you can sense it with your own spiritual energy body. But the other piece of it that's super important is that you and only you are responsible for your own energy field. Your energy field is actually more important as you're going out into business engagements and as you're going to present things or showing up for meetings. Your energy body, while your physical body is very important, your energy body says so much more about you. And whether or not they know what they're feeling, people can feel it about you. And you, in turn, can also feel it about other people. So this is where, and you know when you're tapping into someone's energy field, whether you're aware of it or not, and now that you're listening, you're very aware of it because you're becoming more highly conscious. When you walk into a room, you can tell if that space agrees with you. When you meet a person, you're tapping into their energy field. You can tell if their energy is in alignment with your energy field. And how does that feel for you? Well, it's very simply either an expansion or a neutrality in your gut or a contraction in your gut. When someone or something or an environment does not match your energy field, it is not lying to you, and your emotional GPS is your spirit's voice within you, and it will immediately tell you expansion or neutral, that this matches your energy field, or contraction, you get that little, something's not right about this. So you can always trust that feeling of energy as you're entering a space and as people are entering your space. So by saying that, you also have to be in charge of the energy around your body, the energy around your workspace. I just did a really cool video on how to sage and smudge your workspace. If you want to check that out to see how you can be responsible for the energy where you work, click the link in the description below so you can check out that video too. The second spiritual truth that I love to work on with my high-level clients is that walking in nature will give you answers. So this is something that is so simple and it's free, but what I've learned on my spiritual journey and really encourage my clients to do is to unplug from the computer, get away from the screens, get away from the electromagnetic charges of all the stuff in the office environment, and wherever you can, however you can, get out into nature. That may just be a grassy area that's available to you. It may be the ocean side or a mountainside near you, and congratulations if you live in one of those spaces. Or it could just be the backyard. It could be a nature trail. Or if you cannot get outside that day and you really want to connect with nature, you can actually just envision yourself, like lock in on a tree outside your office window and envision yourself with the tree, and you energetically can be with the tree by just envisioning it. So there's no excuse not to do this because there's actually no barrier to actually engaging. But ideally, if you can engage with nature, going out, I do this on a daily basis. It's one of my non-negotiables. I go out, first of all, in the morning, I go out and I do grounding. I go out in my backyard with my shoes off, don't have rubber. If you can go into nature and take your shoes off with no rubber between you and the earth, you actually are going to be getting a neutralizing kind of injection of negative ions up through your body from the earth. And what it does is it neutralizes and harmonizes all of the positive ionic interference you've gotten during the day from all the stuff, and it sends charges up through your system, and it actually equalizes your bloodstream and all this wonderful stuff they're finding with science right now. So that is one activity that I would really encourage you to do. But as you're in nature, if you're in your tennis shoes or barefoot, take your deep breath and just walk. It's really important that you do this on a daily basis because you will get downloads in nature that you're not going to get in your office, in the chair, plugging away, researching, because nature likes to work with your intuition, with your higher self, with your inner being, with your spirit body, whatever you want to call it, that etheric part of you. When you go and connect in nature and are very intentional, so what I do is I say, Spirit, show me what it is I need to see, help me to hear what I need to hear, help me to feel what I need to feel, and help me to know what I need to know. And then I go into the woods and I just open. I open to whatever it is. And I can tell you that every single time I get a download when I am in the woods or when I'm walking in the neighborhood between the trees, because Spirit has access to you there. You then are tapped into a higher frequency because you're engaging with Mother Earth, and that veil between you and non-physical, you and the spirit world, gets really thin, and all of that divine knowledge and guidance that you're seeking to help you at work so that you're being led in the path that's for your highest good has more access to be downloaded by you. So the third spiritual truth that I've learned in working with my clients over all these years is to let go of anything from the past and focus forward. So anytime you're looking back in the past, you're looking back at something that maybe you regret or you feel guilt or shame about, you're dropping yourself to a really low level of consciousness. You're carrying the lowest vibrational level of consciousness when you're going back and regretting and feeling guilt about a business deal, about someone that you did or didn't hire, about a relationship, that experience that you went through. Whatever those trigger moments are, you got to really start being the leader of your own life, just like you're the leader at work. I call it being the CSO of your own life, and start practicing stopping yourself from going back, because you're a powerful human being. The more that you're focusing on past experiences and expanding that low vibration of guilt or shame or regret, the more you're actually going to be emanating that as you're walking back into your workspace or getting on the phone with clients. And you're going to be bringing an energy that's very low level into your experience, and you're going to be attracting that energy back out of them, and you don't want that. So get in the habit of stopping yourself from looking backwards, because, by the way, your inner being is never looking backwards, ever. It is always focused on the present and the future that you want to create. So just make it a practice of noticing and being more conscious of how much you're looking back. Stop yourself, say, I'm going to be right here, right now. Everything has been perfect. Everything has been in divine timing. And now I want to think about, disengage from that, think about what do you want to create in the future? What can you create for new content? What can you create as far as new experiences you want to have? And always looking forward, and instead of wasting your energy back there, because it's wasted, there's nothing you can do about it, trying to solve it, examine it. There's never been any asset, anything that's achieved in you going back and overanalyzing a problem. Nothing. It never is going to serve you. So we want to stop yourself, focus forward, start expanding the energy of what you really desire. Start looking forward to things that you love, that you want to attract into your life, that travel, those new clients, that new opportunity, maybe that stage you want to speak on. Start spending your time envisioning it and then embodying that future version of you, walking around as if it happened, really calling in the emotion of what is going to happen in your future, because that, my friend, will give you a superpower that will give you an edge you can't believe. So I'm about to drop 2 more really important spiritual truths, but before I give those to you, would you take a second and click the like button if you like this video? And if you want more inspiring, empowering content like this moving forward, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you find out when all my latest videos drop. Let's get back to the truths. Now, my 4th spiritual truth is super fun. I love it. It's trust your vibes and tap into spiritual tools. This is a practice of you really tapping into this divine intuitive knowledge that's always flowing through you, but that gets blocked by negative experiences or lack of knowledge of how to use it. Tapping into it in a way that you can use it in business, in your relationships, in all areas of your life, and using spiritual truths to really heighten that connection with that divine guidance. Because you have source energy always flowing through you. And where is all the divine universal knowledge? It's with Source. It's within the universe, and Source is within every cell of your body. And one of the main ways that you can tap into your intuition more regularly is by really tuning into a higher frequency in your life on a regular basis. So the things I've already been discussing will automatically raise your frequency, going into nature and really being clear about the energy that you're carrying. But once you are learning how to do that on a daily basis, you're actually accessing higher frequencies of knowledge. your third eye starts waking up. You start really being aware and more conscious of your surroundings, of what's going on within you, and you want to tap into higher frequencies like love and hope, abundance, and all kinds of freedom and wonderful, juicy experiences in your life, and you're walking around more expanded. So as you're doing that, you are able to tap into and trust your intuition more fully because you are tapped into a higher frequency that's directly connected to source. And that is something that you can trust. So some of the tools that I use to enhance the vibrational frequency of my space, my desk, are things like crystals. And you can use whatever crystal or stone calls to you. It's really important that you feel a resonance with it because what they're doing is these energies, your body will match the energy when you're holding it. And when you maybe want to tap into your third eye, you can hold them on your third eye. You can hold stones on your heart when you really want to heal your heart because you had a really difficult day. You can ask for more of an activation of your intuition, and when you're in meditation, hold the stones in your hand. You can hold the stones in your hand when you're approaching a very big business decision and ask for divine knowledge to flow through you. What the stones are doing for you and the crystals is they are giving you access to a frequency of Mother Earth that you otherwise would not have in your body. Your body will match and emanate and absorb the frequency of the stone and crystal. So these are really, really powerful tools that you can use to make business decisions. And one of my other favorite tools is using tarot cards or oracle cards. You can go on Amazon or go to any spiritual store. These tarot cards are readily available now on the market. Find one that really calls to you, that really resonates with you. I love this particular deck because it always makes me feel really strong. There are like warriors and ancestors in here, and I get to ask, what I do every day is I ask Spirit to tell me, who's around me, what energy will really help me to call in today. And then before you use your deck though, make sure you sage it, that you pray over it. You can set it out under the full moon, that you set it to your energy. And then every time that you're using the deck, a lot of people will tap on their deck just to clear the energy. Ask that your guidance team that only are of the white light of God be here to help you in the process of selecting your card. And learning how to use a tarot deck is kind of, is something that you learn over time. But what happens is sometimes cards will bounce out at you. Like, look, that card just bounced out at me. So this is an important card today. Some people do it all different ways, but that's a way you can do it. You can wait for a card to fall out. And then once you have your card, you'll have a message on it, and then you'll have a book that comes with each one of these decks. And you can go to the book and you look up the card. It's really simple. You don't have to memorize them. And the card, another message will be in your book that goes along with your card. But what I would encourage you to do as you're learning how to use tarot and oracle cards is, again, go back to your own intuition and trust yourself for the messaging that's coming through. So your own intuition is there to guide you. Spirit flowing through you is never going to feel like horror or dread or fear, okay? Spirit is there to inspire you. The word inspire means to be in spirit. So these are here to inspire you. So look at the guidance that comes in the book, because that has been inspired by the person that created the cards. But then also let yourself be inspired and look at what specifically your own intuition, as you're tapping into spirit, what messages it can give you based on the first thing that you think of when you look at the card, maybe something specific that comes up for you. So again, tune into your own intuition as you're asking for guidance and trust whatever is flowing through you because it is directly from source. And the final spiritual truth that I want to pass along to you is to expand your field of abundance by having more fun. How awesome is that? Doctor's orders, you have permission now, you're encouraged to have more fun. What the people know that are the most successful that I've worked with is sometimes it's okay to take your day off, to say F it and go on that trip, and to really give yourself permission to have more fun and encourage people in your workplace to have more fun. Because what you're doing when you're having fun is you're taking a break from the stress. I don't need to tell you this, you're smart. And you're adding an element of excitement, of joy, and of love into your life. And what happens when you're doing more of that, contrary to what we were taught, which is no pain, no gain, right? You don't get to play until you hustle and stress. Well, I don't believe in that. I believe that having fun on a daily basis and taking as many trips as you possibly can, if you can find a way, is super important for you. Because not only does it broaden your mind and expand your life, but it expands the feeling of self-love in your body. It expands the feeling of abundance as you're experiencing the world. Maybe that fun just looks like, if you can't travel, cranking up the music, bringing a speaker into your office space, and literally putting on whatever 80s tune makes you feel good, or 90s tune, or some kind of fun something, and encouraging people to get up and dance, bringing champagne in at the end of the day, telling everybody they get like 2 hours off. At the end of the day, you're going to have a champagne toast, and maybe you all celebrate one quality about each other that you love. anything and everything that's going to bring fun into your work environment and into your life. Because remember, you're responsible for the energy field of your body and of your workspace. And when you're bringing that into your workspace, you are creating an abundance of love, of joy. And I can promise you, the spirit orbs that show up the most in my life show up on videos that I'm taking in my house when we're dancing and singing. Guaranteed. Every time I do a video with my kids where we're dancing and singing, when we go back and watch it, there are spirit orbs everywhere. Your spirit team is so excited when you have fun, let your hair down, dance in the kitchen, and you engage in an activity that lightens your soul, because when you're doing that, you again are expanded and you are even closer to that veil between you and non-physical, to you and spirit, because you're here to have a really good time. Forget your grandma's paradigm about life being hard. We're in a very different frequency now. And I know, look, life is hard enough for all of us on the outside. It is up to us to maintain our bubble of fun, our bubble of high vibration, so that no matter what is going on in the outside world, we have contained and become the leader of our work environment, of our own personal space. And that, my friend, is going to attract more love and abundance directly to you. So if you love talking about spiritual ways to really enhance and magnify your abundance and success at work, I do events live in Atlanta, and I would love to meet you in person. So if you can get to the Atlanta area and you're curious about one of these activation events, click the link below to get all the details. I would love to meet you in person.